With the Workflow Designer of Yeeflow, flexible workflow branches can be created. By setting the completion conditions of each branch, the flow direction can be controlled. According to your business needs, you can configure the connecting arrows of the workflow nodes and set conditions on the arrows. In the previous section, we completed the setup of the 2 assignment tasks. Next, we will build on this to configure the connecting arrows for the workflow nodes as well as set the conditions for the arrows and the workflow branch conditions. First, click on the Start node, and from the Action buttons at the bottom, click and drag the arrow icon on the far right to connect to the Line Manager Approval node. When this node is found to display an orange outer border, release the mouse to complete the connection between the nodes. Once the node is connected, the arrow will move as you move the node. Next, select the Line Manager Approval node, click and drag the arrow icon below to connect to the PMO Approval node. In the left node's panel, locate the End with Rejection node and drag it onto the canvas. Then under the Line Manager Approval node, drag the arrow and connect to it. Select the newly added arrow. From the action buttons that appear, click on the gear icon to open the settings window. Set the name to Rejection. Under the condition setting, click the Condition Editor button. In the pop-up window, click the Add Condition button and select Rejected in the pop-up drop-down option, and click the Save button to close this window. Select the arrow that connects the Line Manager Approval to the PMO Approval, click the gear icon, and set the name to Approval in the Settings window. Click the Condition Editor button below. Select Approved from the drop-down options for adding conditions, and click the Save button to close this window. The above setting means that when the Line Manager's approval is rejected, the process will automatically flow to the End with Rejection. When approved, the process will automatically flow to the PMO Approval. Next, click and drag the Inclusive Gateway to add to the canvas. Then, add 2 another assignment tasks. Select the first assignment task and in the Actions button at the bottom, click the gear icon to open the Assignment Task Settings panel. Change the action name to Department Head Approval, and then in the Task Assignee Settings, open the Assignee Editor Settings window. Click to select the Expression Radio button. Then open the Expression Editor and select Instance Context, Applicant, Organization, Manager. Click the Insert button below the Manager and click OK to exit the Expression Editor window. Click the Add button to add the settings for this user group to the selected list on the right and then click Save. From the drop-down options on the task form, select Approval Task Form. Next, select the second assignment task, open the Settings panel of this node, set the action name to CFO Approval. Click the Assignee Editor button and click the Position button. Select CFO from the drop-down options for the position. The CFO here is a preset job position. You can click on the Settings button in the top right corner of the Yeeflow home page. Go to the Administration Center. Select Positions in the Administration. Add a CFO position by clicking New Position, and add the corresponding user. Let's go back to the Workflow Designer page. Then click the Add button. After adding the settings to the selected list, click the Save button. From the drop-down options on the task form, select Approval Task Form. Next, select the PMO Approval node. Click and drag the arrow to connect to the Inclusive Gateway node. Open the Settings window of the arrow and set the name to Approval. Click on the Condition Editor button and select Approve from the drop-down options for adding conditions. Click on the Save button to close this window. Then add an End with Rejection node after the PMO Approval node. Connect the arrow from the PMO Approval to the End with Rejection. Open the Settings window for the arrow and set the name to Rejection. Click on the Condition Editor button and add the condition set to Rejected. Next, select the Inclusive Gateway, click and drag the arrow to connect to the Department Head Approval. Open the Settings window of the arrow and click on the Condition Editor button. Click on the Add Condition button to add customized condition. Open the first expression editor and select Workflow Variables. rate of profit. Click on the Insert button, and click on OK to exit the expression editor window. Then select Number from the first drop-down list, and select Greater than or equal to from the next drop-down list. In the Later Value settings, open the expression editor and enter 0.2. Click the Save button to close the window. Following the same steps above, to add another arrow from the Inclusive Gateway to the CFO approval task. And set the customized condition as rate of profit is less than 0.2. Finally, click the Save button. The above setting means that when the profitability of a project is greater than or equal to 20%, only the department head needs to approve it, while when the profitability is less than 20%, the CFO needs to approve it. In the next section, we'll use the Set Data list to enter the approved data to the data list. Then publish the created approval form and view the interface for submitting the approval form. Thank you for watching.